Hey everyone, welcome. Rabid here with Rabid Mining, and hope everyone's having a good day. Your day might not be as good after this little video here, but I don't know how to even start this, but we'll just get right into it. So here my mod in my Discord channel, link in the description. He here got his orders canceled, and here's why. Two of my BLT orders were canceled as manufacturers are beginning to discontinue 3060 Ti and 3070 SKUs. My broad assumption is we will see similar cards with new SKUs enter the market that have the governor capabilities like the 3060s, the non-TI versions. If you've seen our videos in the past when they first announced this, that it was going to have the Ethereum anti-mining in it, and that is at supposedly the driver and BIOS level. They're both intermingled. I have a couple articles here. This one is a little older about the 3060 non-TI, but just to kind of give you an idea how it is working. And remember, this is only for Ethereum currently because that is what most people are mining these days. Confirm that the anti-crypto technology works as a secure handshake between the driver, the GPU silicon, and BIOS. The latter confirms that this is indeed a BIOS implementation and explains how RTX 3060 in a very early test was already seeing the limited performance. The technology simply does not need a driver to work. So right off the bat, it is in the driver. We've seen previous tests from other people, and we know that. But at the same time, so they could probably even nerf this even harder, because as we saw, it is kind of more. It still is a little more efficient than a 580, but it is a lot more expensive. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They could probably release even drivers to reduce it some more, and on top of some other things. So they really hammered out on the nerf, and this is for Ethereum. Other algorithms you can still mine just fine. So Ethereum 2.0, when it comes out and you can no longer mine Ethereum, this would all just be a waste of time for them. But there'll be new cards out by then also as well, most likely. Anyway, we'll look through a couple more things. Copite 7 Kimi, I'm not sure, I butchered his name, but he has been speculating this for a while. He's been coming out with leaks. And what is particularly interesting here is that according to the tweets, Nvidia would relaunch its existing SKUs under a new device ID. This means that future RTX 3090, 3080, 3070, and 3060 Ti models would carry a different ID and feature the anti-crypto algorithm. It is unclear when and if Nvidia will even announce this change. So they're probably going to keep it quiet, hush hush, under the radar. But as you can see here, thanks, I should explain that more to this guy's question. Maybe we won't see new specs, but every old spec will have a new SKU. That is possible. And that's some older stuff speculating. Now, like I said earlier, it is already beginning to happen. So we're going to fast forward a little bit here. And now this is like February 5th from some of these tweets. The article is from, I'm not 100% sure. I do not see a date. But anyway, this is a little newer here, and a known leaker who we spoke about earlier revealed Nvidia Amper's speculations months ahead of initial launch has confirmed that the next installment, GeForce RTX 3000 series, the RTX 3080 Ti, will also feature a crypto mining limiter. According to a tweet posted by the same guy, Nvidia will be implementing the same mining limiter that debuted with the RTX 3060, that's the non-Ti, for their next high-end model. This information should not be a surprise to anyone because Nvidia hinted that future RTX 30 releases may have had technology built into the firmware. We already independently confirmed that Nvidia has recently provided this update on RTX 3080 Ti to the AIBs. Now, if you're unsure, the AIBs, that is all the other vendors, your Zotacs, your Gigabytes, your MSIs, EVGA, all those guys. So Nvidia told them this is what we're doing and that's what you got to do. Now, what Copite did not post yet is that this feature will also launch for, as it is now listed in the roadmap, GeForce RTX 3070 Ti. So what's going on here is current SKUs we have now, 3060 Ti, 3070, and the 3080, they will stop making them completely. So you will no longer be able to buy those cards. So what could happen with those cards? They can still mine Ethereum. Nothing will go wrong with them. People may try to sell them for like ×5. Like you might be looking at these cards for $3,000-$4,000, and they are the most efficient miners out there. But for that price, they're not. But they could be a gold mine if you decide to sell them. Anyway, so all 3000 series cards are going to be discontinued, and they're going to be re-released with all the TI versions and, well, the 3060, the non-TI, and then the 3070 and 3080 to the TI, and they will all have anti-Ethereum mining in them. So that is quite interesting. We're not going to be able to buy 3000 series cards for mining Ethereum unless you want to take the cut. But if you do mine like Raven Coin and other coins, then it's not going to affect you. You can go all out and still mine those other coins for Ethereum 2.0 when it releases. This will not affect you as of yet. Who knows? They could be future-proof in their BIOSes as well. We don't know. Or drivers. Anyway, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 Ti is now rumored to launch with GA102 GPU with 10,240 CUDA cores from the original planned 20 GB GDDR6X 320-bit memory. Nvidia has changed the specifications to 12 GB, so they nerfed it a little bit. Like, it's still better than the original 3080, but they nerfed it from what they're originally going to put it out at. So it's down to 12 GB GDDR6X 384-bit. So far, there has been no update on the specs ever since they released this number. According to our information, Nvidia will be focusing on RTX 3080 Ti as soon as it releases. The card is not expected to replace the RTX 3080, but the focus will be on the Ti variant. Nvidia expects that the mining limiter will be a big factor that will ultimately discourage miners from buying this model. Now, in this article, they did not put Ethereum, so Conflux, Ravencoin, like I stated earlier, all those core algorithms and whatnot will still be perfectly fine on this card. Now, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 is still scheduled to launch in April, so we have a few months. Well, I guess 1 month, but it's March 4th now, so in a month. Next month, these are coming out. So are the 3080s, current ones, going to be gone by then? Only time will tell. But it's worth noting Nvidia has changed the date 3 times. Initially, the plan was to launch RTX 3080 20 GB in December, then the RTX 3080 Ti 20 GB in January, but the current schedule has not changed since late January. So as of it was supposed to come out in December, then January, and then it got changed over to April, and it has not changed since their last update. So who knows, when April comes around, we could be seeing that. Now, as for the nerfs of this card, we have the specs here. Here is the 3080 Ti, and it looks pretty close to the 3090. So I'm guessing they only put 12 GB instead of 20 to bring this. So this would be a lot more appealing to gamers and everyone if it had 20 GB of RAM over the 3080 for a lot cheaper, or the 3090, because it is pretty expensive card, and it's a little bit faster than the 3080 Ti, but if this had 20 GB of RAM, it would almost be on par. Like, they are pretty close in comparison, so they probably did drop the memory for that reason. Another thing here, it is a little bit faster than the 3080. I will have this link, like I said, so you guys can go over these specs yourself. But yeah, so let's just talk about this for a minute. What is going on here? Okay, so here I am in the Discord. Join the Discord if you want to join the conversation, or throw up rig pictures, ugly rig pictures, GPU stock drops, all that good stuff. Links in the description. Anyway, Max Voltage pointed out here that considering the 3080 Ti mining nerf has been leaked and those cards aren't due until April, I think it will be a while until a new SKU would be available for existing cards. Since it is most likely an implementation in the BIOS, it will be more difficult to implement in existing cards because the card would have to somehow only allow a BIOS that had the nerf in place. Otherwise, people would just load the old BIOS to the cards. Implementing the nerf in a GPU that only existed with the nerf is much easier to enforce since there aren't any BIOSes that don't have the nerf in place. Now, this is a good point. It would be a lot harder. They do have to remake the old card, but that's at the same time, that is what they're saying. They are discontinuing the 3060 Ti, the 3070, and the 3080. Like, you will no longer be able to buy them at any vendors. Like, they won't be making them anymore. And now the only thing they're going to be releasing is at that point the new SKUs with the anti-Ethereum mining in them. So we're going to have to take a look at some profitabilities here. Here's what to mine with two 3080s. Hit to calculate again. So Ethereum is number one at 1533 after power. So we'll go 1644 before power because everyone has different power prices. Let's knock Ethereum right off there because you will lose like 50% like the 3060 non-TI. So if it's 50%, you're using quite a bit of power. You're only getting 50 mega hash at whatever, 48 or 49. Anyway, so next in line looks like Octopus Conflux here. We got Raven coins down to $8.21. So there's still other coins that are profitable. But as for a time frame when all the other cards are actually gone and they no longer make them anymore, I do not know on that. It's pure speculation. Who knows? Maybe they could keep making them, but in a GPU shortage, I doubt it. And Intel's coming out with some cards. Maybe they'll make something for us. Who knows? AMD's lineup. Hopefully their drivers get better because it takes a while for their cards to finally mature. But if Nvidia destroys ETH mining, while ETH mining is still here, we do have to look at other cards, and that is pretty much what they're trying to do, I guess, in a way. They want more gamers to get their hands on the cards. But yeah, who knows? Let me know your guys' opinions. This is quite interesting. We could be losing all 3000 series cards to the anti-Ethereum mining, but like I said, that is only for Ethereum. What they have going on, who knows if it's going to be written into the code where they can just release a driver and, you know, nerf something else to do with mining, some other coin or something. No idea. That's still up in the air. But right now it is currently only for Ethereum. So keep an eye out for that. Just be mindful. Be careful when ordering cards now, because at any time they could just disappear, orders canceled or whatever, due to this fact that like what did happen to my mod. Anyway, I just wanted to put some information out there. Be aware of this, that the 3000 series cards are possibly going under for Ethereum, but it will not affect other algorithms as much or at all. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Rabid out.